That deal or no deal. What's what you mean by that, homie? We say deal or no deal. Come on, David. We got time. Morton. Yeah, I'm going to cut this down in case it does ring. Because he asked if we have the email for the title company, which was what we were just doing just now. Hello.
Bridget.
Hello. Hi.
So, hey.
Your favorite client. This time was better. The second time around was better.
I've learned that things, huh?
I'm gonna turn the volume up.
Things happen. Things happen.
Okay, this is good.
Deal or no deal, my sisters. First of all, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm still not there yet. I'm about 91.07%, but I'm almost there.
Good.
Getting over this cold. All right, sorry about that class. I got Bridget and Tunstall. All right, so first of all, I'm telling you right now, from the numbers you sent me that I remember in my mind, I don't like these numbers, but
okay, we appreciate that.
Huh?
I said we appreciate that.
When
appreciate your honesty.
When I'm going in on a deal, I'm looking for reasons why should I buy this house? You know, every house I look at, I'm like, I don't really want to do this house, you know.
Okay.
But the more up, I call it arrows up. The more arrows up I get, you know, it convinces me to, okay, let's go ahead and do it, you know.
Okay.
So I want you to deploy that same mindset. Like you might do the deal if this, you know, so it's like, I don't need another house. You got to have the mindset. And I promise you, as soon as you get the posture of, I don't care about this house, it's almost when the houses will just start sticking to you. I promise you, man, I've lived it. You know, I am the research. So let's do this.
Okay.
ARV.
105.
Before we go there, tell me how you found this one. Give me some backstory on this one.
Sure. We had an agent bring this property to us.
So is it active on MLS or is it a for sale by owner off the MLS?
It was on the MLS. It was on the MLS. It's
what do you mean was?
Well, I take that back. It's on the MLS, but it's in a pending status due to our contract.
Okay, so it was active. It was okay.
Yes. So now it's in a pending status.
That's cool. I'm not mad at that. Okay, so we got that. Tell me what you were thinking about this deal. Go ahead.
In terms of what we wanted to do with the property?
Yeah, what is your exit strategy? Then we'll go over the numbers.
Okay, so it's pretty much, it's cosmetic. So the things that's needed is painting, carpeting, light fixtures, you know, your wall plate, outlet fixtures. It does need all new replacement windows.
Okay, it's $300 a window. Windows are $300 each. How many windows is it?
6 windows.
So you had $2,000. I'm rounding up 600. You got 6 windows times 300 is 1,800, but you always round up.
Okay.
Is that what you got for your windows? $2,000?
Yes, that's a good estimate. Yes.
Whatever we go in, we just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 3 and just keep moving. Wait a minute, I got a fight going on back here. One second. Okay.
Okay. And then we have painting, entire interior painted. This is a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, about 1,178 square feet, or you can say 1,200 square feet.
How many bathrooms is it?
1.5.
Windows, paint, carpet, electrical. Is it what? Just electrical outlet covers?
Exactly. And also just upgrading the electrical fixtures. Like some of the steel, like if we wanted to replace the ceiling fans, like
outlet fixtures.
Yes, outlet fixtures.
All right, what else?
Countertops. We need countertops for the kitchen counter.
Is this going to be? Oh, what was the ARV?
105.
All right, so we're not doing granite.
Exactly. No, not granite.
But countertops, man, you probably get that done for $400, $500. Is it a lot of space, or is it like a normal 30 square feet?
Right. It's not a lot of space at all.
All right. Okay. What else?
We have about 3 closet doors that we need to replace. They have like the bifold doors on the closets, but they're metal. So we wanted to convert those over to your wood doors.
Are they going to have to be framed down? Because usually those metal doors go all the way up to the ceiling.
Not these, no. Now we do have one like that in the hallway that we're going to leave, but not the ones for the bedrooms.
Are you going to leave them? Okay, all right. 3 doors.
Yes.
Let's just say the door itself is going to be, the slab is going to be 30, installation is going to be 50. So that's going to be $400. Let's say $300.
Okay.
You're right. This is a lightweight one. I have yet to do a lightweight rehab in my entire career.
Yeah, we figured since this was our first deal, it is truly cosmetic, and we've been talking with this agent, so he's aware we're looking for something with get in and get out. What we have here, we can do, with the exception of the windows coming in, you can really wrap this up in a week.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, could be. Okay, so we're done here?
Yes. Yes, because the roof, the HVAC, that's all 5 years old. Seller will supply receipts for those, so that's not needed.
Tell me about the bathrooms.
Bathrooms are great. It has tile and the master bathroom, but no tub replacement is needed. It's just cleanup. There isn't any mold, mildew, no stains like that. It's just cleanup.
Are there pictures online you can bring up? And you can go to share your screen. I can see it.
So I did an actual video, not the actual
Zillow
pictures.
Let's see it.
I can, if you go to Zillow, I don't mind if you wanted to pull it up through Zillow.
I can. I don't know if you want to give me the address or not. I don't know.
Yeah, sure, I don't mind.
All right, 1 second.
Okay.
Let me pull it up. This is cool right here, class. I'm doing Bridget and Miss Tunstall. Go ahead.
3261 Hunter's Mill Drive.
1 word?
2 words. And the zip code is 23223.
It's a townhouse.
Yes.
Okay. I don't see any pictures of the inside here. Is this just going to give me outside pictures?
Okay, I thought one that we went to had, let me see what I have.
There's one on here that does have it? It might. Let me see.
Let me see.
Oh, okay. Let me go on down.
Because I do have one. See, I have one, but I don't know how I can share this with you.
You can share your screen. You're going to hit the button just like I would.
It's on your phone, not on your computer.
3261 Hunters Mill Drive. Let me see.
You would have to have it on your computer.
Oh, okay. it out.
Can you turn me down a little bit on your side?
Sure.
Just a touch. I'm getting a little bit of feedback. Three, 2, 6, 1.
I just looked at it the other day. Okay.
Yeah, I don't see it on here. All I see is the pictures of the front. That's weird.
Let me see if I can. Oh, yeah, they took it off the market. Let me see. Because I know if I send it to him,
He took them down.
They're gone?
Yep, they look like they've been taken down.
yeah, it says off the market. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. It happens. Chris, that's a great question. What are the HOAs here?
The HOA is $110.
That's a month or a quarter?
That's a month. I'm gonna click on this to get them back.
You're 100% sure, right?
Yes. And we
All
also have the HOA. We did request the package from the homeowners association, which we should have between today and tomorrow. But yes.
All right. So don't forget, this is going to limit your borrower's
Right.
borrowing ability, right?
Yes.
And you ran the comps already, and you're solid here.
Yes. If we do those items there, you know, with the upgrades, yes.
Yeah, that is a little steep, man. But tell me about the market time. How fast are things selling in that subdivision?
Well, for this particular deal, the agent, we are currently working with a buyer for the property. But to answer your question, yeah, he does, because he realized this is a deal that we want to get in and out of.
Okay.
He has covered calls on individuals wanting to rent the property, but we're not in a position right now to actually hold the property for rental. So not certain if the individual that's going to actually come in and take this property will actually rent it, or just what their plans are to do with it.
So, okay, so all right, before we can get here, you already have a buyer that's pre-approved to buy this from you and is ready, willing, and able.
Okay, that's something that we have to confirm as far as his buyer. We do have a buyer. We spoke briefly about that today. We have to talk more. This particular agent, he deals with a lot of cash investors. He's an investor-friendly agent. So, you know, we'll talk more about that this evening, but he knows for the seller as well as for us, we need to get in and out of the transaction fairly quickly.
So our exit strategy on this one is going to be to buy, renovate, and sell.
Yes.
Well, this is a reno. Exit strategy is a reno. And it ain't Reno, it's Reno. All right. So where are you at on your renovation numbers?
So we actually just put this contract, we just put the property under contract Sunday. So
Okay.
as we're speaking today, we just had someone come out to look at the job. We'll have the numbers, let's say early afternoon tomorrow.
All right. So paint, and how many square feet is it?
You can just say 1,200.
1,200.
Yes.
No, you said you could say 1,200. What does that mean?
It's 1,178. I just rounded.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
1178.
okay. So paint's gonna be $1.50 a square. So to paint this thing is gonna be $2,000. I mean dollar, because your paint's gonna be about $500 to buy the paint, and then somebody's gonna charge you $1,000 to paint it. So let's say you get it done for $1,500. Carpet's gonna be another shit. Is it all carpet everywhere other than the kitchen and the bathrooms?
No, so the carpet is in the living room, and then the carpet is in the hall upstairs and the 3 bedrooms.
How about, okay.
So the
in
rest
Go.
is vinyl tile.
Are you gonna replace that? Is the tile you keeping that? You putting that vinyl back down?
So no, we're going to keep the tile that's in the kitchen as well as the bathroom.
So all we have is carpet in the living room, 3 bedrooms, hallway.
Correct. And we do have an area, the dining room and the kitchen, as well as the hallway, that we want to put down the vinyl tile. The actual kitchen itself, where you have, you know, your stove, your refrigerator, that area, that tile is fine. But when you go into the dining room area to eat, and then the hallway that takes you back to the front door, we want to replace all of that. Nothing's wrong with the actual supplies there. It's just the colors, they don't flow.
Gotcha.
So could they stay? Yeah, they could, but it just doesn't flow.
No, don't you would be
You
all
want
my ladies, y'all know the deal. I mean, come on, man.
you want it to flow. So
You know, I'm not chauvinist and none of that, but the ladies know what stuff don't, you know, if it ain't popping, get rid of it.
right, exactly.
Outlets and fixtures, you got 3 bedrooms, you put the ceiling fan in the master, no doubt.
I'm sorry, what was that again?
You're putting the ceiling fan in the master bedroom and in the living room, no doubt.
Just in the master bedroom.
Master, okay. So, I mean, these are just estimates. Your outlets and fixtures, I mean, you got at least, with labor, 1,500, you know? I mean, just somebody going through there, changing out the light switches, all the lights, all that material is probably going to cost you about $700-800 because you got the vanity, you got the lights over the medicine cabinet too, right?
We do, and those lights can actually stay there in great shape.
Oh, really?
Yes. The cabinets are in great shape in both bathrooms. The toilets are great. The tubs are great. The tile that's in the showers are great.
Just the counter in the bathroom.
Right. We do need to replace the counter in the master bathroom along with
I'm doing outlets and fixtures now. I'm not even there yet.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, you good. So light fixtures, 3 bedrooms, living room, dining room.
Yes.
And you're not doing an electrical panel upgrade.
No. We really don't need to change the one in the dining room, so it's really mainly the bedrooms.
Bedrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, when was this built?
1976.
Three, 1.5.
3, 1.5.
And that half in the master?
No.
No, it's in the it's downstairs by the kitchen.
All right, so downstairs a half, upstairs all 3 bedrooms share the bathroom.
Correct.
Yes.
Can I get through? Is it Jack and Jill to the master?
No. It's in the hallway.
Is my master bigger than the other 2?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I know this unit. They built these all around the country. I own several of these. They're great rental properties, man.
Yeah, we wish we could keep it, but just not there yet.
Yeah, what is the motivation for the seller? Do you know?
She had a tenant in it, tenant not paying, so she just wants to get rid of the property. Just not in a position to really do the repairs and all to it right now. She just wants to move on.
So there's a tenant in it right now?
No, the tenant is gone. The property is completely vacant.
Let's say you could get away with, which I don't think, let's say still 1,500. I mean, let's say you get away with 1,000 for electrical, maybe, I don't know. Countertops is gonna be another 1,000. Probably less. I always try to go high. 3 doors, 300. HOAs, 100 a month. The front, how about the front and the back door?
Sliding glass in the back door is fine, and the front door is fine as well. We may just paint it just to freshen it up a little bit.
Your parents is right. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have never done a deal where I didn't change out all the plumbing and light fixtures, Bridget.
Okay.
I've never done it. You know, I can only tell you, huh?
They're in great condition though, but we can, and I understand, and that may be something as we get to the end of the project, as we walk through it and realize, you know what, let's just go ahead and change it. But it's in great condition.
Wow.
But still, you know, we definitely know to take that into consideration.
Yeah. And it's not like it's gonna break the bank.
Exactly.
You know? But I have never
They're
done it.
not outdated. They're not outdated, and they're in great condition. Just clean them up. But as you said, it's not that expensive. So
What's under, Paris? Another good question. What's under the carpet?
Probably.
What's under the existing carpet? Is it on a downstairs? Is on a slab, no doubt.
Yes.
Correct.
Upstairs is no doubt is just a subfloor.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't presume they would lay carpet. Well, you'd never know. I've seen people lay. Matter of fact, where I live, they lay carpet over the beautiful hardwood floors. But I doubt it in a townhouse though.
I doubt that.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm here to tell you, 10,000 is in my world. 10,000 is almost like no money. You know, it's almost like I would hate for you to get in there and you have a termite inspection already.
No, not yet. And I do have someone, and just it's my family. He's licensed. He's licensed pest control. So
So
no,
he is licensed.
yes, he is licensed.
Okay, on every house before we buy it, please get this one.
Okay.
Get him to do a walkthrough, and he could just do a. I always tell the guys, I need a graph. They'll come out, they'll draw the house on the square, and they'll tell you where the termite report is, and you pay them $50, $70. You know.
Okay.
But don't ask him to do it for free because you don't want to. You want to be like, look, I want to pay you, and I want you to give me what I want, and I'm done.
It's business. Yes, we're family, but it's business, and we separate the two very well.
Good.
I want him to get paid too.
I see you serious.
Yeah, I want him to get paid.
So do that because we don't know right now. Termite is a question mark. We might have some bad raptors up in that attic, you know.
Okay.
Without exception, every house I buy have to have a termite.
Okay.
And my boy Loon Tune up in Minnesota, he ain't worried about no termites because termites can't even live up there. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
I didn't either until I moved to Minnesota.
I don't think Minnesota is a place I would rather live in at all.
It wasn't too many of my people up there, but when I went to buy a house, right, I'm like, okay, where's the termite report? They're like, what are you talking about? They didn't even know what it was.
Well, if it's too cold for them, it's probably too cold for me too.
You're talking about the termites.
Yes.
Yeah, them fools. They were like, we ain't go. Anyway, okay. So you got a roughly, let's say you got a roughly 11, let me see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's say you got 11,000. I'm just rounding this stuff, 11,000.
Okay.
For Paris, you're right, new fixtures. I mean, you got to.
Okay.
I'm not, I don't know. So
No.
what is your, go ahead.
I was gonna say no. We appreciate all of the advice. So.
What is your purchase price?
75,000.
We got. Let me do this so I can remember so much stuff here. Oh, I'm sorry. Here it is, right here. 11,000. Roughly. Is that what y'all had? What did you have for a reno?
I had 7.
Mm.
I had 7,000. So
How
that's
did you?
what I had in the information that I had sent to you.
Okay, well, that's cool. That's what we're here. What did you have for paint?
We were fine. I think where we were under, it was the countertops. I didn't have the countertops, and what did you have for electrical?
I got $1,000.
For electrical and countertop.
Countertop, I just got it. Okay, we can change that too. What did you have for countertop?
I had 500 for countertop.
All right, let's do that.
It's a small kitchen. It's not a lot of counter space.
Now let me remind you, because one, I love you. 2, you can't just look at the material and labor.
Okay.
It's a lot deeper than that. When you do countertops, don't forget we got a sink in there. We got to delete that. Well, before we even delete that sink, the plumber has to go in there and unhook all that crap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take that sink out. Then you got to get the countertops off. They're glued onto the cabinets.
Right.
They got to be deleted. Then bring a new countertop, and hopefully you don't mess up the cabinet. All the cabinets, real wood. Do you know?
No, those are not. I know they're not real wood.
See, here's another thing. When you start ripping and stuff out there, we'll get to that.
Okay.
So I know I personally have real wood cabinets in my personal house.
Okay.
But Lowe's and Home Depot, they sell no wood cabinets, Bridget.
Okay. No wood cabinets.
None. They don't have any. Everything's made out of cardboard.
Wow.
So should we do the countertop estimate at $1,000 just as a safe number?
Well, that's why I wanted to talk to you. Is your countertop guy a plumber going to go in there and disconnect all the connections for the sink?
The guy who does the countertop, yes, he also can do that light plumbing work.
He can install, take the sink out, put the new sink in. Yeah, man. Oh If these cabinets get damaged, I mean, you are gonna be singing a sad song, guys.
Yeah, I don't think that those cabinets are not wood. They're not.
If they're wood, they're not the best
If that's what
quality.
they are wood, they're not the best quality.
Well, if they're builders grade that were in there in 1976, sometimes they did use wood, but it's easy to tell. All you have to do, obviously the face is wood, right?
Uh-huh.
When you open it up, just look on the side. Just look on the inside of the cabinet, because usually they're made out of cardboard.
Okay.
And the shelves, you can see the shelves are made out of what we call compressed board. All it is sand. I mean, it's dust. They take dust and they
Okay.
Stick it together.
should be illegal, right? Should be illegal. They take. Go ahead.
No, I was just speaking to Tacita. I was just trying to think when I was just viewing it today. So we'll go back and take a look at that.
So let's here, because what's going to happen? Whoever's doing your cabinet installation, they need to be a master of getting that thing off. Because once you start pulling that, and then the cabinet gets yanked up, you're done. You're done. Try to match old cabinets with new cabinets. It ain't happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially when it's not wood. Okay, so I'm still, guys. I promise you.
Okay.
Okay, let's go over it real quick. Windows 2, right?
Yes.
Paint. Yeah, what you got for your paint?
Yes. What you have? Yeah, that's close enough.
Carpet plus the linoleum. Let's say I know it's going to be at least 15, 17,000, but then you got padding, so you got to put the padding in there. You're not keeping the existing padding, or were you going to do that?
No, we were not. No.
New padding, new carpet.
So we got 2,000 for that linoleum and that. Is it okay with what you got?
We can keep that. Yes.
All right. I want to be on the same page with you.
Yes, and no, I actually was really $1,000 less, but that's only because of who's doing it. See, the same. Did I lose you?
I'm right here.
All right. So
You froze. We got
I'm like $1,000 for carpet.
Well, I did, but really, I had 12, and again, that's because of the individual. That's another family member who's licensed to do that for us.
Okay.
So that's why that price. We're actually even assisting with doing some of the removal of the carpet, so that he won't have to assist. In other words, that's something we're assisting with. That's the only reason why I dropped it. But leave it where it is. I do still have somebody else that's going to come in and do another quote. So let's just leave it at the 2. But that's the only reason why I changed it, was because, again, this is a family member that this is what he does for a living.
Okay, you could be. But here's the thing. Okay, so he's somebody you can call just like you call a company.
Exactly. But that's why I want to leave your 2 as well, because things can happen. And I'm still going to, we still want to get other quotes, even though we know that he's saying he's good, things happen.
Yeah,
things happen. So
I love y'all. I don't want. Here's who I am since I've been doing this since 2002, right? I've been through that stage hiring people for a discount, and I'm not saying that you're here.
Yeah.
My motto now, my philosophy is now, I don't want no discounts, none, because I want you to come do this shit so I can get on down the street. You with me? I don't want discount. Take the way you charge me, so I can say, "Here's your check. Get your work done. It's over."
Right, and it's over.
But I'm not saying you have to have that philosophy. But I'm just saying I have developed that over the years. Like, what is it going to cost? Let's do it. Not, I know somebody you can do it for $4. Let me go ahead and get it for $3, maybe $250. I'm like, look, it's over. And it's not getting a discount is not duplicatable. It ain't duplicatable.
Yeah.
But.
And I can understand it. We just want to support, just support our family because they are licensed. It's not like, it's, a cousin who can lay. No, this is what they do as a profession. I'm like, why pay Lowe's when Lowe's pay him? So,
well, I would, you know what, Bridget, if you were to tell me that, let's follow that. Let's stay here for a minute.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I know what I spend on carpet, right? And you're telling me, well, I can do this because I know who's doing it. Now I feel like you're mixing the two.
Okay.
But I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm here, you're there. I just want to understand what you mean when you say you want to support them. Are you saying you want to pay them exactly what it's worth, or are we saying they're going to give you a discount because of your family?
Right. They're giving a discount because we're family, but at the same time, they know, how can I say it? Because we're a family and they know who I am, they realize that, okay, this is your first deal. I know you're going to look out for me. So let's
Gotcha.
hope you get through your first deal or two, and then we can start paying you $2,000. But right now, you know, we're going to give a slight discount. Yeah.
Yeah, all right, that's fine. That philosophy worked. I just never, I never had no family in the where I live. So I never had that luxury.
So that's why I said we're going to leave it at the numbers that you have. Yes, sir. Yes.
All right. Well,
Yes,
this
we're gonna
is
leave it.
why.
You've been doing this long enough, so we're gonna leave it right here.
Well, your carpet usually when I do, because I do. Let me tell you how I usually do them.
Okay.
Hardwood in the high traffic areas, living room and walkways.
Mhm.
Carpet in the bedrooms, and usually when I do 3 bedrooms, it's like $1,100. But you got carpet in the living room.
Right.
So I know you're gonna be, yeah. I mean, I've done this a million times, man.
That's why I said let's leave your numbers the way they are.
All right, outlets and fixtures. I think you could be more than 1,000, but just for this training day, let's leave it at 1,000.
Okay.
Countertops, you saying 500? You could possibly get it done for 5, but still, you got to disconnect the sink. You got to take the sink out. You got to reinstall the sink. I mean, is that you gonna get all that done for 5?
We're gonna put 1,000 back there.
All right.
Yeah, 1,000.
That's why you need 2 things. You need is the construction estimator. I have a small fee for that, but the construction estimator asks you all the questions. Huh?
We didn't know you had that. Okay.
They ask you all the questions, like, and first of all, you got exterior, then you got a column for interior, So just the installation and the materials is one part, but you got to deal with the taking out of the stuff too. You good though? I'm not screaming at you. I'm lovingly trying to get this done.
Oh, we appreciate this. This is great.
All right. Countertop 1,000, 3 doors 300. You got to carry this HOA for 6 months. That's another $600. So I didn't add this up, but 2, 4, 5,
6, 7,
6,
7.
2, 3,500, 4,500, 5,500, 6,500, 7,500. This is like 8. This is 8. Roughly 8,000, but I still think you need to put a buffer in there. Let's say you could do it for 10. I think 11 is where you're gonna be.
Okay.
Because you're gonna get in there and you're gonna have. Oh yeah, nothing is. Everyone rehab I've done, Bridget, it's been more. This one I just did, I thought I spent 8,000 more, so it's always more.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay at 11, dude. I ain't even gonna. You can't move me down.
Okay.
That's fair. You got to paint. The cabinets are wood color or are they white?
No, the cabinets will need to be painted.
Okay, so that's not included in painting of the house.
No, that's right. The cabinets will need to be painted. Yes.
Yeah, them shits. Okay, when you paint cabinets, my friend, you got to take all the doors off, and you can't paint them in a day. You got to paint the doors, and then you paint the. Yeah, that's like a 3-day It's like a 3-day process, my friend. So paint. You will add another 500 just to do the kitchen cabinets. Paint them all. They take them off.
There is no opening the door and rolling the paint on both sides. And I get it. You have to take them off. You can't just open up all the doors and just roll them and let them stay open and dry. Okay.
You got to take them off, take the hardware off. They all got to go outside, paint it, and you can't put them back up because if you put them up and you close them, then they stick. It's like. So I'm here all day. All right, your purchase price is what?
$75.
My stomach hurt.
Oh no. Yes, I know.
So tell me how you came up with that there.
Just in working with the agent. The agent assisted with our offer because the asking price was $89,900.
Okay, why do I care? And I'm not screaming at you. I just want. Why do I care what about the asking price? What does that have to do with you?
As far as the profit I'm thinking just the exit strategy, because at the end of the day, you want to come out on the positive side.
You said the asking price was 89. What does that have to do with you?
Just where you started in terms of negotiating.
Oh, yeah, that could be. That could be true. But let me tell you this. I don't care if when you're making these offers out here, the asking price is completely irrelevant.
Mhm.
Really? I don't care what are they, oh, you don't know what they owe because it's listed with it. Chris, you're right. What do they owe?
Right. We don't know that.
Not sure.
We're not what, but there is not a lot of money to be made off. In other words, they're not walking away with, thousands of dollars. But no, we don't know that.
We're gonna flip this up to a way where I think we might be able to do it, but I'm not sure yet.
Okay. We appreciate it.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying we appreciate that.
So, class, to bring you up to speed, Bridget Tunstall, we're going over the deal or no deal. They're in Virginia. These are the numbers here. ARV's 105. Reno is 11. Here's a Reno. Which I'm telling you, 11,000 is nothing. I mean, you could go do that, it'd be gone so quick.
Okay.
Purchase price of 75K. Tell me how did you come up with this? I gotta know. I need to get up in your head a little bit. How you came up with 75,000? I'm gonna do Q&A at the end, class. Q&A at the end.
Sure. So in terms of the 75, it was just really looking at the kind of where the seller, let me not even say where the seller was, just looking at the repairs that was needed. I guess I would have to say that the repairs and also where the seller was in terms of paying off the mortgage balance. And it just didn't appear that, this was a large job. It was fairly cosmetic. Overall, the place is in good condition.
All right, so you got 30,000 left over on gross. Is that where you at?
Yes.
105. Oh no, I'm sorry. Minus 75 is 30. Then we got to take out our repairs. Huh?
Yes, minus the 11.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot about that. I was feeling better, but I'm not.
You still didn't put the agent fee in.
Yeah, we can go over all that.
Yeah.
105 minus 75 minus 11. Oops. Shoot. This is what you pay for right here. 105 minus 35 purchase price. It's ARV. 11 is repairs. What's that number right there?
So we're at 18, 20, 19?
19?
Yes.
Okay, that's our gross. So you got all this over here, right? We already know our Reno is 11. You got that?
Yes.
So tell me about the agent that will sell this for you.
Okay, in terms of what is the so we
what are they going to charge you?
When it's time for us to actually sell it to another buyer?
Yeah, let's say the end buyer. Okay, the only time you have an end buyer that's ready to go, and I know the reason I know this is because I've been where you at. I buy a house, somebody say they're going to buy it. Next thing I know, they get on the plane, they move to Florida.
We get it. Yeah.
Whatever, So only time I know when someone's gonna buy it, they give you a non-refundable earnest money. That's the only way I know.
Yeah.
And even then, you don't even know.
Yeah. And that's very.
So, does your buyer have a non-refund? I'm sorry. Tell me about your end buyer. Are they legit or are they a maybe?
They're a maybe. That's something that we're gonna talk about, if not this afternoon, tomorrow. I had even thought about reaching out to, you see your signs where it says the We Buy Houses, just reaching out to that population. I have several of those numbers that I have that I also was going to use to advertise for us, that the property is upcoming if we do proceed with this deal. So I have a good 10 of those, We Buy Houses cash. I was going to start with them.
Well, most investors like me, we're going to buy at a deep discount, so let's finish with the number though. So let's say you got to list it with an agent. What are you going to pay your seller agent? Is he going to give you a discount or is he going to charge you 3%?
So right, it's going to be at a discount.
Oh, so you got good God, you got everybody giving you a discount.
everybody's watching, say everybody, but we appreciate the fact that people know, right, we're getting started, so they realize every turn it'll come back.
All
And
right. So
yeah,
what's he gonna do? What is he gonna? How much is he gonna list it for? I'm sorry. What is his fee? Is he charging 1%, 2%, 3%?
3%.
That's
3%.
3% is the regular fee.
So, so at the end, when we have to pay, we're going to have to pay the full 6%, right? When
Yeah,
we
we got to start with your side first, and then we'll get to the seller's side. I'm sorry, the buyer side.
Okay, so you're saying in terms of what are we paying now?
What are we paying the agent at the end of the deal? What are we paying for the closing of when someone else buys it?
Right, 3%.
You're gonna pay your agent 3% to represent you.
Okay, we're paying 3%. Period. Instead of paying 6% at the end, meaning for us as the seller, them as the buyer, it's going to be a flat. So I guess our agent just won't get paid because it's going to be 3%.
So he's gonna waive his listing fee, being that you bought it from him on the front side.
Exactly. Yes.
All right, I gotta pull it out of you.
Yes.
See, we gotta start with you first, and then we'll get to the buyer side. If you're 0, and then we got 3.
Right.
Yes.
All right, so you're paying no agent fee to sell it. That's cool.
Yes.
So seller, agent,
That would be us.
0. Because all he's gonna do is put the shit on MLS anyway. You can take the phone calls if you want.
Right.
Buyer, agent. You can't change the buyer side. Well, you can, but it's not good to do that.
Yeah.
Buyer, agent, 3%. All right, what's 3% of 105?
About 3. Let's just say 3,000.
33.
Yeah, 34. Yeah, 30. Yeah, 34.
3,400.
Yes, 3,400. We do 3,400 because that's 15. That's 3,000. 15. About 45. Yeah, 35. Let's see.
You sure? You got your calculator?
Yes. 3150.
3150.
32.
Yeah, we round up 32. All right. I don't know about your area, but tell me about owner-occupant buyers. Are they looking for the seller to pay their closing costs to close the deal? Do you know that?
More than likely.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
want.
All right. So this one be. I got one now. The guy's asking me. I got 2 actually. The buyer asked for 6%. Another buyer asked for 4%. All right. So
Okay.
let's just say you're going to have the best buyer in the world, and they're only going to ask for 3%.
Okay.
Buyer closing costs 3%. Another 3,200. Right.
Yes.
You see where this is going, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Now, do we think our home buyer might have an inspection and they might want you to do some shit?
Yes.
All right, so let's just say this will be another 1,000, right?
Yes.
I just had a lady, I'm just telling you how this shit goes, dog. Had a lady put a contract in, she wants me to put up a privacy fence around the entire backyard. And so if you want to be in business, it cost me $3,000, you know? Well, we're gonna presume that your buyer is real cool and she only wants $1,000 worth of stuff.
Okay. That's fair.
All right. Now, we have the amount of money we have out is 75 to buy it, plus 11, that's 85. And then you have to buy it, right? That's closing cost to buy it. Even when I buy houses cash, it costs me $2,500. So let's just say you're gonna have 75 for your contract price.
Okay.
11 repairs. This is money you're borrowing, right? You're not paying cash.
No. Borrowing.
75, 11, 85. Let's say you got 3, 4 in closing. You got 90 out, right? You got 90,000 in interest.
Okay.
90K interest. What do you think is a fair interest rate? Hey, Rosetta, what do you think is a fair interest rate to pay an investor that's going to loan you this 90,000 right here? What interest rate would you think? This is what is fair?
8%.
All right, let's say 8%. 8%. All right, and this is It's gonna take you what, 4 months? If you buy it today, you do the rehab. Let's say the rehab takes you 2-3 weeks, right?
Right.
If you
Except
sold
around
it,
summertime. And I
that's
was going to you have to have the buyer to actually have time to get financing.
let's just say it takes you a month to do the rehab, but that's long. If you're a buyer, if you put it on the market and you sold it the day you listed,
Mhm.
what means it's going to take 2 months for your buyer, 45 to 2 months
Right.
for your buyer to close that loan.
Right.
So best case scenario on this deal is 3 months, right?
Mhm.
Best case. Y'all with me?
Yes.
So let me calculate this monthly interest here. 90,000 times 0.08 divided by 4. That's 600 a month.
$100, yeah.
Huh?
Times 3 is 1,800.
Okay, yeah. I'm rounding up, right? It's $2 grand.
$2 grand. Mhm.
And then you have maintenance, taxes, HOA, insurance, right?
Mhm.
All this shit you gotta think about, Bridget, when you go into these houses. Let's just say, I just call it holding costs. You got taxes, you got to have insurance,
Mhm.
you got maintenance. I remember one time I did when we fixed it up, it was on the market, and then all of a sudden the sink wouldn't
Something
drain.
happened. I just said something happened.
I mean, it was like a ghost. The sink stopped draining in the kitchen. We had to take off the exterior wall, Bridget, and replumb the house. You know, I mean, how would this stuff happen?
Yeah.
So let's say you got 2,000 in interest, holding costs. Let's just say you're going to be blessed and it only be, you got utilities, HOA.
Mhm.
You got to have it clean. You got to make sure people, you know, somebody's going to come over and clean it out. Taxes and insurance. Let's just say you're going to pay $1,000.
Okay.
This over here is what we call, you got to get this in your head. It will not change. This is what we call cost to sell.
Mhm.
Cost to sell. All right. You have to know this. And not all the time are you going to get 0%.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Right.
that was only because of the purchase price. You know, in other words, right? Too, I'm sure because of the purchase price.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, no, the agent that is that represented the seller that's selling it to us is also the one that's representing us to sell it. So because we're representing both ends, he was willing to negotiate with us on the fees.
So another situation where it's unduplicatable, right?
Right.
We don't know if he's going to be there all the time, making your offers for you, but he might.
Right.
I don't know.
Correct.
So say we give him, I want the man to have some. Well, all he's going to do is put it on the MLS. Let's just work these numbers.
Okay.
So we got 19,000, right? That's before we do any hard holding costs.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to take. Let's go ahead and do it. I'll do it right now.
Okay.
19,000. Let me add. Here's our gross is 19,000.
That's 64.
Numbers in my head. So.
So go ahead and add up if you can. 32 times 2.
That's 64, 74, 104. That's 11,400. 11,400, I think.
Well, we got to know. Let's see. 6,400, 7,400, 84, 94, 10,400, and just. Are we say? Before I go, before we move, let's stay here. Are these numbers feasible in your world?
Yes. Yes, that. What it costs. Yeah.
Buyer's agent, you have to pay the person bringing the buyer, dog.
Exactly.
Understood? Yes.
Yep.
You got to pay them off, period.
Mhm.
Buyer's closing costs, you may get away with it, may not. I haven't been able to get away with it since 2008.
Okay.
All right, so I've been paying closing costs. Back in the day in the Wild Wild West, we had offers that were higher than appraised value. People were bringing cash to close.
Mm-hmm. But now it's almost expected. So
it's expected. Yeah. So if you get it, it's just extra money for you, but don't count on it. Especially on 105. How many people you think you qualify for $100,000 got 10, 20,000 laying around?
No, we're not many.
Probably not a lot. What am I doing? 4 o'clock. All right, let's get you done. 6,400. Inspection. They're gonna want you to do some shit. They always do. You gotta pay interest on the money, and that's if you sell it. This is 3 months.
Right.
And being that you're new to the business, you know, do we think that it's, I mean, this is if you sell it the day you finish the rehab, you know?
For that quick turnaround, right?
Yeah, so and for me, I always tell my lenders, listen, all my deals take 6 months. Do we sell some in 4? Yes. But do we have some that take 12 months? Yeah.
And that's a good point. So when you say that, that alleviates you having to pay. I guess when you tell them that and instruct it that way, you pay maybe a little less because your points don't kick in. Let's say if you're dealing with hard money.
That's right.
It's better to give yourself more time for cost purposes instead of getting into those points because it could get more costly because you've exceeded the time.
Borrow as long as you can. If you can set it up for 9 months, 12 months, whatever. That way, that's absolutely right.
Earlier. Okay.
64, 74, 84, 94, 10. Let's just say 10,000, right? So our gross profit is, the gross is at minus 10,000. You know what? No, I'm gonna go ahead and do. I'm gonna round up because I want it to be real. 11,000. Is that okay?
Yes.
I'm rounded up. I always round up if you didn't notice. So we're down to 8K, right?
Yes.
Bad. 8K ain't bad. Here's how this works. The reason I don't like this deal, not the deal. I don't like the numbers because I have lived 105, turn into 104, turn into 99.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and then what's going on here?
It's going down. Right. It's going to wiping you out. Yeah, but at the same time, you have this property that you now need to get rid of because it can put you negative and then start costing you. So.
All right. So where are we at? You tell me what you're thinking so I can move on to where I think you might be able to do this. Are you done? These numbers don't work.
Right. Those, yes. And those numbers, we understand all of those completely.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you how.
With that.
Go ahead, Bridget. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying we're good with those numbers.
All right. Let me tell you how I think this can work. I think you can do this deal. It's going to require some skill. It's going to require some explaining. It's going to require you to back out of the current deal, right? So we're going to buy this house.
Okay.
I think you can do this deal.
65.
I think you can do this deal. I think.
Okay.
We need to buy it subject to.
Do that.
And pay for repairs. Pay for reno. All right. But the first thing we got to do, let me show you how this numbers works. Let's say if your seller, let's say he or she owes 70.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So that means they're getting 5,000 at closing from you.
Okay.
Loan balance. All right. Nah, that ain't gonna work either. That ain't gonna work. Your price is just too high. It ain't gonna work. If you have some breathing room, you're gonna take less risk. We gotta, you know what? That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. But I still think this deal can work though. Pay for reno. Two things we can do, or equity share. Subject to it, you pay for the reno or equity share. I'm gonna work backwards. An equity share is where you just come in, pay for the renovation. Let's say it's 11,000. Then you guys give her a few dollars when you sell it.
Okay.
Got it?
Okay.
So you come up with no money other than the reno. You want me to repeat that? Equity share. So you're basically partnering up with the seller.
Okay.
We got some documents where you deed it into the trust. You know, we can't do all that on a webinar today.
Okay.
That way you can say, as opposed to coming up with 75 to give the seller and 11, all you do is come up with the 11 and you pay the seller the 75 when you sell it. You got me?
I do. Okay.
Oh, that's one. That's the equity share. I don't like that one. I prefer you do a subject to, but we gotta get that. We gotta get that number down soon. Because even if you gave a 75 when you, I mean, it's so tight. You know, it's a difference putting up. What do we have? 75 plus 11.
Love it.
It's a difference putting up $86,000 to make 5.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole different world putting up 10,000 to make 5.
Mm-hmm.
You got me? So
Mm-hmm.
that's subject to. If I can put up 10 to make 5, I do that every day. I could just be circling money all day, right?
Mm-hmm.
But putting up 90 almost to make 5, that doesn't work. But so with that equity share is like, listen, I'll put up the repair. I don't know what, we can work out the moving parts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chris, I'm getting to that. So on the subject to, you're gonna have to lower the price a little bit, but all we're gonna do is take over her loan payments, and don't forget, she still has payments.
Right.
Correct.
So you can go to a lender or somebody like me with an IRA. I'm gonna just loan you the 10 grand to do the repairs. You pay me my little fee, and then you get your money. But we're gonna take her loan over subject to. Hopefully, she owes less than 70, right? So let's hope she owes 60. Ron LeGrand calls it a WAG, a wild ass guess. We don't know what she owes.
Right.
Loan balance. Follow me now. Still got 11,000 on the reno, right?
Yes.
You take over her payments. You keep making the payments to the bank. That alleviates her from losing any more money. Her or him, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You keep making payments on their existing loan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't want to dilute it too much by telling you some of the moving parts, but this is just the basic scope of what I would like for you to do.
Okay.
We're gonna give them 60 a quote, or we just take over whatever that loan. We're like, look, we'll give you a loan balance. If they want some money, the question when you talk to the realtor, you need to ask the realtor to say, listen, this deal won't work, but we might be able to do it. How much does your seller need in their pocket after the loan is paid off? You got to memorize that line.
Okay.
This is going to walk. There you go, Chris. The tricky part here is you're dealing with third parties.
Mm-hmm.
When you ask that question, Bridget, how much money do you need after the loan is paid off that is paving the way for you to do a subject to?
Mm-hmm.
How much do you need after the loan's paid off? Catherine, yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I'll get Q&A at the very end, Catherine. I got that question. How much do you need, Ms. Smith, after the loan is paid off? She'll say, you know what, shit, I only need 4,000.
Right.
Bam, you got it.
Yeah, because the other money isn't hers anyway. The other
They're
money
not getting
anyway. So right, that's why you would take possession of that particular amount if you would, because they're not pocketing it anyway.
They're not getting it anyway. And I got a whole bunch of different negotiating strategies, but that's the first one, But we know those first numbers didn't work. I didn't keep them up here, but now they got a 60 loan. We're not off that much. Even if you could get it down to 68, 70, maybe. If you got to just put out 11 to make 5 or 7, or 8, maybe. I mean, I don't like it, but I'm just saying it gets you started.
Okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
You're taking a little loan balance. You got your reno. This is out of pocket. Only thing you got is 11,000 out of pocket. Plus, you do have to pay closing costs to buy it. So you're in it for 77. You're in it for 77. Plus, you got how much was fees to sell it? Was that 11,000 to sell it? Was that where we were at? Realtor fee, closing costs, all that.
I think it was 11.
Which one? Closing costs. Yeah.
Yes.
11.
Yes, 11. Yes.
Oops, it's 88. This is so hard to do. You have no idea how hard it is to write on this board. So we're in it for, let's just say we go down to 60. 11, reno, 77 plus 11 is 88. 105 minus 88. What is that number there? Can you run that in your calculator?
17.
17. Now you got room to take a haircut here on the ARV, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is why it's so important to make sure your numbers are right, because you could think you make it every deal I did, I thought I was gonna make 20, 30 grand. I ended up sometimes having to bring 2,500, Bridget.
Yeah, because this particular one, we weren't like the number that you had, like the 8 that you had. In other words, in terms of where we would end up at, we weren't looking to make a lot off of this deal, but at the same time, make something off of it. And just the experience of doing a project that, wasn't a lot of work, something that you can get kind of in and out of, just the light cosmetic repairs. But at the same time, you mentioned a couple of other things, as you said, well, what if, and not that we didn't think about the what if, but what if it stayed on the market a little bit longer and you start depleting more,
You got that HO every month. And I can feel your enthusiasm and your excitement through the computer. I really can't feel it.
That's good.
Yeah. But I don't want you working for free.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I don't want you working for free, and I don't want you to pay. If you want to pay, just pay a seminar. Go to a seminar, and they'll walk you through a house. Right. But you take a subject to. Here's the thing: you got to think about how much is out and how much is coming in. If I'm gonna build, like I do a lot of new construction, right? So I'm gonna put out $250,000 to build. I gotta make $50,000. I don't want to put out $250 to make 10.
Yeah.
Think about it. This is 3-4 months out of your life. 8,000, you're only making 2,000 a month. That's just a regular job.
Yeah.
But only way I see this one going down, equity share, and we might have to talk to the realtor together. You can hire me to do that if you want. You can handle it on your own. You're gonna have to take this on subject to. There's not enough room, and I think this is a great candidate for a subject to, Bridget, to Ann Tunstall.
Okay.
You got it the right. Take over the loan. Now all you got to do. You don't have to come up with the whole 90, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
You got to come up with renovation. That's a big difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got all this quiet.
We're just soaking it all in. We understand what you're saying, but we appreciate you and just the different strategies because we know they're out there. But how you just put that on the board, as much as you talk about subject to, it's like, okay, didn't think about it. Just didn't run the numbers that way.
It's all good. Well, that's why I'm here. That's why we're to raise. That's my ministry, my mission. All right. Anything else?
One last question. I know you speak about land trust consistently, and just a question of when you're closing and the property is in a land trust, where does or what name does the payment go into? Does it go into the beneficiary's name of the land trust, or does it go into whoever's name you requested to come into?
What payment are we referring to?
Saying the closing. So say you're selling a property that's in a land trust.
Okay.
When it's sold, what name does the check come to?
Well, typically, in my experience, for me, it goes to whoever is the beneficiary. They're going to read that land trust. They're going to say Tunstall and Bridget beneficiary or LLC, whatever, typically. But I do have an attorney that I'm doing one right now that refuses to make the check out to the beneficiary. So I'm going to either have to take the bank to the check, sign it up, have my trustee sign it. He's going to make it out to the trustee, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why this dude give me a hard time. So I'm either going to have the trustee sign it over, or I'm going to take the land trust to the bank, see if they'll sign it, allow me to deposit it. I haven't crossed that bridge yet, but okay. It is a good question, though.
You answered our question, okay.
And go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They don't want to make it out to the beneficiary. They have to at least make it out to whoever's on the deed. So if make sure you know who your trustee is on the deed.
Okay. And one last miscellaneous question. As far as your private money agreement, we have the prospectus already.
Okay.
The price that you quoted me in the email, is that for the agreement or the agreement and the prospectus?
You already got the prospectus?
Yes.
Okay, class, she's asking me about the prospectus as a presentation. You better have some shit when you sit down with somebody that's going to loan you $20,000. You better not just have words. So you got that already.
Yes.
We just
I didn't know you had it already. I don't even know what you need.
The private money agreement?
The agreement that you would sign between yourself and the person that's lending you the money. Do you have one?
Okay.
Yes.
You need a promissory note and a deed of trust.
Yes.
We were calling it a private money document, but yes, that's what it is.
Yeah, this is why listen, guys, that's what I'm here for. This dude, I learned this stuff from some giants, some giants. So you need a promissory note and a deed of trust, or depending on what state you're in, a mortgage. I know you're in Virginia. I'm talking about. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I do a lot of stuff complimentary. My wife is putting the screws to me, guys.
I understand that. I understand your life. I get it.
I'll send a link for those two documents. Yeah, you gotta have a deed of trust and a promissory note. When you walk in, you're gonna be like, "Here you go." They're gonna try to charge you arm and a leg, and you're gonna say, "I already got my deed of trust and promissory note."
Yeah, yeah. We were thinking it was called private money lender agreement, something like that. We didn't realize it was, as you said, those two documents.
Yep, it's just like the bank.
Yeah.
Just the bank is gonna be 150 pages, and yours is only gonna be about 4 or 5.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So are you doing land trust too, or are you gonna stay away from that? It's too complicated.
Well, no, we want to do that. That's what we'll talk with the title company to see that process, just how that works. We would like to start off that way.
I would recommend it. Well, who is I don't want to know. The offer that you have now the buyer should be a trust. Who do you already have it in an LLC or something?
No, the actual the buyer, as far as what's on our contract.
Like when you went to that realtor, right? You wrote up a contract.
Right. Yeah. No, it's not. It's our individual names. Okay.
All right. So we need to. I mean, obviously, there's ways to get around everything. We can get it out of your name. Once again, I wouldn't recommend that, but it ain't like you're gonna. I mean, it's your first one. You're gonna make mistakes. I'm not mad at
you. Yeah, and we were thinking maybe we could do the land trust piece at the end, but again, we're gonna figure it out because we want to purchase that way going forward.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, all right. So, go ahead.
I just said we appreciate your time.
Last thing I want to ask you, you don't want to keep this one, right? Because you don't want to rent it.
Just bad time? No, we would love to. No. Let me just answer your question. No.
I want you to have some reserves if you're getting into rentals. Chris is saying that, but I want you to have some. All right, I'm gone.
Thank you so much.
Class, I'm doing some Q&A. It's a Q&A with you. Good seeing you, Tunstall. You quiet today. I'll do some quick Q&A. Chris, yeah, I would buy this subject to and keep it, Chris, but I don't want none of my recommendations on people keeping houses when they don't have reserves, even if you're doing, I do owner finance lease option, dog. I just had to put a roof on the house because, let me make sure I got my camera working. At the end of the day, class, if your tenant doesn't do the repair and the house goes all to hell, it's making your house worse. Worst? Yeah, worse, not without a T. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, class. Any Beezer, I don't know, they were eating each other a minute ago. Q&A, my favorite part of the day, class, to raise your financial literacy, get out of the conventional world where they're telling you got to go to the bank. You got to have your credit score. You got to be up on your credit score, all high. You got to qualify for a loan. You got to turn in your tax returns. You got to do a bank application. You got to have your FICO score. I don't even know what that stands for. And you have to have a down payment. We don't live in that world. We don't guarantee debt. We just don't do it. There's a world that exists. If you want to join us, come on. I need to see the dog. Oh, you want to see the dog? They sleep, man. I don't know where they are. Oh, man. They were, by the way, they weren't eating each other. They were eating the bed. They were fighting over the bed. Angela, sorry about that. Yeah, these dogs, they drive you crazy. Danny, are you talking to Beezer? Catherine, yes, this is a fix and flip. HOA, great question, was 110. Don't forget your HOA. Q&A, my favorite part of the day. Paris, yeah. Always make sure to update the finishes. That's a good point. Sandwich lease option, Chris. Let me bring you in, Chris. Where you at? You got time? I want to ask you why you say a sandwich lease option on that one. What were you, Money Monroe or something like that? Chris, you there? Chris, you just knowledgeable as I don't know what, man. There you go. Chris, you there? Hardwood's in there. Yeah, I think you're right, Paris. I think the wood's out of date. Q&A. Any Q&A, then I'm gone. Rosanna and Callie. Rosanna, I'm gonna bring you on. As a matter of fact, I got your email. We're gonna get you on the HCV, Housing Choice, HCV program. I don't want no discounts on my renovations. Camilo, yeah, I'm back to work. Family first. You got a cousin owing you money from 10 years ago. I got a little news for you. You're not getting that money. I do discounts. Yeah, 15,000 on this. I would say too. Don't forget the most important, the prep work. Yeah. Asking price means nothing. Absolutely, we don't care about that. Camilo. Yeah, Lejao. This is a little bit too high. Gonna be rough dealing with the realtors. Any questions? Any questions we got? I'm gone if y'all got a question. Q&A. Ladies need to be a minimum of 65%. Yeah. Well, I didn't even do that equation, Paris, because it was too tight to even look at that. Hey, Chris, can you go to depth on the closing process? Fees, parties involved. Yes. See, Catherine, I don't know where you at, but the closing process, closing costs. I'm paying cash for a house, Catherine. When you pay, I'm paying cash for a house, my friend, and I'm still spending 25 to 3,000. You got insurance, you got doc prep, you got title search, all this stuff. They call it closing costs, Catherine. Is rolled into this something called a HUD. You got doc stamps, you got recorder fees, you got title fees, all these fees, title insurance for the buyer and title insurance for the lender. I mean, it just goes up and up and up. And hopefully, if you do it in my world, you don't have lender fees. Excuse me. I'm still a little sick. I ain't there yet. I'm gonna get some rest tonight. Lender fees are stuff that we wipe out, in our world, but I don't know what world you're in. If you're in a conventional world, then you have lender fees too. But Catherine, these are just all these fees that end up layering down to thousands of dollars that just come out of your pocket when you buy. And I'm presuming you haven't bought your first home owner occupant yet. That's gonna be the most expensive deal that you'll ever do. Not ever, but it was for me. Yeah, Chris, I would probably want to pay 50 on that too. But I mean, you can't put what your opinions or your views on other people. If they want to fix it up and get it dirty, they can. They buy and hold owner finance. Ronell, you right. Camilo, she got the wrong numbers. You're right about that. But I don't know. I think I applaud them for trying. Some people would never even freaking try. They're out there making offers, right? Oops. I'm so happy for them. She still needs to buy it right. That's right, Chris. I'm glad you brought up that subject too. Never publish the beneficiaries for any reason. Yes, that would be stupid to do that. Subject twos, yes, they're the best. Paris, subject two is the best way to go. I mean, we live in a world non-quiet. We do not go to the bank for loans, class. We don't do that stuff. Not in my world. Dominic, new investor, what is the best way to start in wholesaling? Oh my Lord, I could take all day. I say for you, dog, if you just start out, just do some driving for dollars, man. Just write some addresses down, send me letters. Just starting. Need advice on the fire damage house. Camilo, you send me an email if you want to get a consultation on that stuff. Dominic, if you got a tenant rental. Oh, I forgot, class. Make sure you smash the like button, please, for a brother. Smash the like button. If you have a tenant in a rental, how often do you go inside the property to check it out? Well, family first. Great question. You're down in Georgia. It all depends. If you have a tenant and you do conventional rentals, you better be checking it out once a year. Like I have Section 8 or the Housing Choice Voucher Program. They inspect my houses for me. I don't even have to go. But you do lease options, we'll never go. We're just the bank. That's why I encourage you to stay on the right side. Just do lease options, owner financing, land contracts. Best way to go. Best way to go. Minister of Real Estate. I love it. Yeah, Billy. Billy tried to give me a hard time, but we shut him down today. Jalen, when you go into a sub-2 with a deal with the owner, do you still fill out typical purchase agreement? No. Just add the word subject to existing mortgage. Yes, you could do that, but I want you to have you need to have a subject to purchase agreement. I mean, just get one, or it's email me. I can email you mine. You need to have a subject to purchase agreement, subject to the existing mortgage, because you got to have a price, Jalen. When the damn contract says buyer and seller agree to pay what, you can't just put subject to right there, brother. JG the investor, sounded like you'd like to see if an LLC is signing contracts. Sound like LLC is no, I don't do nothing in the LLC. JG the investor. We use trust. We use trust. We do what the wealthy do. We do what the wealthy do. We pass down assets over time through trusts. If you have your asset in an LLC, when you die, the owners of that LLC has to go through the system, and you got the man determining how you're going to pass your wealth down to your kids. So we do not own properties in our LLC. I do not do that, or in my name. My mentor says, "What?" I don't want to use the noun he used, but he said, "What crazy person would own a house in their name or their LLC names?" And so far, up into this stage of my career, I'm going with that one. You know, my mentor has been doing it since the 80s. Matter of fact, several of my mentors have been doing it. Mentors have been doing it. Lease option, yeah, Perry. I was going to ask you about that. Any questions on Haskins? Asking Haskins. Yes, this is so nice. Marcus, welcome back, my brother. What you got? Fire damage, pretty good shape. How to negotiate the price? How to negotiate that price? Go ahead, Brian. I'm live right now. You need me real quick, or you need to catch me later? Or can I call you right back? All right, let's do it. I'm gonna bring you. Can I bring you on speaker for my viewers right now? All right. So we got an offer, class. I'm gonna get back to the questions. We got an offer for a property. It's listed for $255. We got an offer for $245. All right, Ron, where we at, my brother? Where we at? This is my business partner, Ron. He handles all the heavy work. I'm just the man that comes in behind with the money. What you got?
We are at the email yesterday. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear. You ready? They countered it. They got a counter offer, right?
They got a counter offer at $250, asking for 4% closing cost assistance. We have it showing today. It's showing, but we still have that person who wants us to buy their house before they can purchase our house.
All right. The $250.
In terms of the current offer, we have one for $250, 4% closing cost.
All right, 4% of $250 is what, $10,000, right? I'm telling you, 4.8. Yeah, that's it. All right, class. So we got to offer at $250. They want 4% closing costs, which is $10,000 off the top. Remember, I told you that closing costs. All right, Ron. Is that it? How about the door? We're not doing the door, right?
He crossed that out, so no, we're not doing the door.
They're good with the door. Okay. All right, let me chew on that. Is that all we need to discuss right now?
That is it.
All right, let me chew on it. All right. Remember, Bridget, if you're still watching, I have a house listed for $255 right now. It's probably worth $260. Might be even worth $265. But you can't think that you're gonna get full price every time. And this house we did everything. Granite, stainless steel, hardwood floors, new roof, windows. So we're at $250, which takes $5,000 off of its profit, and the buyer needs 4% closing costs, which is gonna cost me $10,000 just to sell it to them, you know? So, I mean, this stuff it's not a joke. Camilo, hey, you know, on my email is Chris Buys Houses. I'm sorry, let me put it in here. That is such a cool name, Camilo. My email is chrisbuyshouses@gmail.com. chrisbuyshouses@gmail.com. Any questions about that offer or Q&A? We get ready to get done here. We're getting ready to get done. Fire damage house in pretty good shape. How do you negotiate prices? You should. I did go back one video earlier today, about an hour ago. I had a client that was negotiating a fire damage house. Start with the city assessment of the land if you're going to tear it down. Tell the seller, listen, I'll be more than happy to pay the assessed value of your land if you tear the house down for me. If you tear the house down for me, you got to hit them with that if. Hit him with the if. I'll be more than happy, Miss Smith, because they're going to say, why can't you just give me the assessed value, right? They all want to know, why can't you just give me the assessed value? Well, the land is worth more than that. Miss Smith, I'm more than happy to give you the value of your land if you go ahead and tear the house down. This is going to cost me $15,000 to tear the house down. Then you negotiate back from there. Oh, you're telling me it's in pretty good shape? Yeah, well, if it's in pretty good shape, then you negotiate based on the smoke damage. I'm sure every fire has smoke damage. Go on that smoke damage. No doubt they've already got their insurance money, Camilo. JG, the investor. Can they take the closing costs out of the assignment fee and escrow? There was no assignment fee in here, but yeah, you can do any of that. All you have to do to take closing costs out of an assignment fee, JG, is put on your assignment agreement at the very bottom, put a little star, put assignor, because you're selling assignor or assignee, whoever is going to pay it, agrees to pay X amount of dollars towards buyers or sellers' closing costs. You put it right on the assignment. Write it right on there. Marcus, about to start door knocking your pre-foreclosure list. I would. Which docs do you carry with you in case you get a deal done on the seller doorstep? I've never had that happen, Marcus. I know people say have contracts with you all the time and all that crap. I think it's good to have them, but in my experience, the people that you're talking to are so they're not ready to talk business when you show up. You know, they're ready to talk problem. Let me tell you about this problem. And my point is, on every pre-foreclosure we do, I need to know the background story. How did we get here so I can start solving the problem? You know, how did we get here? I don't really run my business based on just numbers, hit, you know, slam, bam, thank you, man, one night stand. That's the old school days. I want to kind of get in to see what's going on. How can we craft, or better yet, draft a solution that's going to help you? We're in the solution-based business. I'm finally learning. God has showed me the more people you help, the more money you're going to make. You know, it's really cool. James, God bless you too, brother. Thank you. You know I'm in this business because I love you guys. I love you. Camilo, have you had? Oh. Yeah, y'all talk about the gold is in the list here. San Antonio, what up, Dom? Not yet. Monroe, let me get you on real quick. You want to talk about that lease option? I thought it was Chris Money Monroe. Still got 40, 50 people watching right now. Sandwich lease options are gold. That's right, Sean. You're right. James, how can one get all the paperwork for the subject-to lease option? James, just email me. I do have a small fee, but email me. I will provide you a link that you can get all of my subject-to docs. You know, we've been setting up subject-to docs for people all around the country. Chris? What's all that? Oh, you sound crazy, man. You sound like a baby. Go ahead and hang up. Let me call you right back. You sound like Looney Tunes. Value of anything, that's right. Oh, I didn't get your question, Marcus? I'm sorry. What was your question? What docs do I carry? I just told you that. I don't carry docs. Other than stuff talking about foreclosure stuff. I don't do that. I don't do signing deals up on the same day. I just, in my experience, it's like they're not ready to sign a contract, you know. You sound like a Looney Tune character. Let me call you, Chris. I haven't. You sound like. Make sure you hang it up. Well, Bell, have you heard of any major legislation laws affecting investors in my area? I have heard of talks from other investors in my area that's coming. Robel, what legislation are you referring to, my brother? Tell me that. I mean, they're always doing something, dog. I mean, last time it was Dodd-Frank, you know. But now they have nobody enforcing it because Trump's in office, you know. So the administration has changed. So Dodd-Frank, is anybody? Are there any cases that you can pull up?
Yes, now.
Monroe?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me now? Yeah. I had to put it on my cell phone.
Oh, you know what? Sometimes things just happen.
Yeah, I got too much going on my computer anyway.
Tell me, you were saying do a lease option on that deal. What were you thinking about that?
Yeah, on that deal, I mean, first of all, you know, those numbers seem real tight when you first start breaking it down. You know what I mean? Because you're going to front all that money. And I was thinking that, you know, if the seller is willing, you know, to do like a, you know, some type of subject to, or either some type of owner financing or a sandwich lease option, something creative where they can still get out of the house what they need out of the house. But to front all that money like that just to make a few $1,000s, I don't know. That didn't feel too good to me.
Yeah, but ultimately, my thing is, even if you do a sandwich lease, brother. Here's the thing, man. When you do sandwich lease options, well, no, you don't even do a sandwich because they want to do the work themselves.
Well, I would have to do a subject to or some type of owner financing if I'm gonna do the work, because you know they say never put money into a house you don't own.
There you go. There you go. If you do the lease option, then they go out there and get $1 million judgment, Chris. Then what?
Yeah, so couldn't even do a lease option on doing repairs. But what I was thinking for doing a lease option is put a tenant buyer in there and let them do whatever they want to do to update it. Because I don't know what they want. I don't know what an end buyer want as far as colors of paint and all of that crap. You know what I mean? Let them deal with that and let them buy the house. If the seller is willing to, you know, keep that loan in their name and just take some money up front, you know, $5,000 or something down at closing, and they take that money and we just make the payments from that point forward. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's a good one, man. That's a good one, brother. I think that's a
You
good
know,
idea.
if we know what she owes, you know.
Yeah, I think so. I saw you commenting on the realtor.
The realtors gonna get you, man. You better know your game messing with them realtors because they gonna get that price up high. And you gonna wonder how the price gets so high. Because they're a realtor. That's what they do. They get that money. So I already knew when they said they got a realtor brought them the deal. I'm like, oh man, red flags mean the price high already. I don't even know the numbers, and I know it's high. Let me check them numbers right out the gate. Soon as they said a realtor brought it.
Well, the thing is, not only do they have to communicate this shit to their realtor, then that realtor has to go back and communicate it to the seller's realtor. And then the seller's realtor got to go and tell it to the seller.
And people ask me, why do I like off-market deals? I talk directly to sellers. I don't like all these middlemen and too many cooks in the kitchen. It's just too hard to deal with. Why would I want to do that? It's stressful to me. I mean, it's not to say that it can't be done, but there's a lot of stress on my back.
Well, I think that I think that these young ladies, in my opinion, brother, I think they're valiant and vigilant and getting out there and making offers, Chris, you know?
I think that's a good thing because, I mean, the only way you're going to learn is put some skin in the game, start talking to people. Because I was talking to somebody that I was helping out yesterday, and she was like, yeah, I'm running the numbers. I'm like, no, you need to talk to some sellers. Get some experience talking to those sellers because you can get all those numbers perfect, and they don't even want to sell the house. And what are we talking about? You know, you're wasting your time at that point. See how motivated they are and see how much you can help them. That's what I say.
I love it. All right, man. Chris, you're a beast. You're going to let me do I got to get you on camera, dude. But I mean, we'll talk about it, man.
Yeah. Anytime. You know, I'm always around. I'm on every day, it feels like now. I just closed on my second subject to deal though, so that's good.
Yeah, let's do this. So just because I've been on here for 2 hours already, man. So what I'll do is we'll set up a time, we'll run that one down. Is that okay?
That's even better, yeah, because it's still in the works. So,
All right, God bless you, Chris. Thank you, man.
all right, peace out, bro.
All right. Chris is like, you're like the Busta Rhymes of real estate. You got cameos everywhere. All right, class. My final thoughts today. Please make sure if you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel. Should take 2 seconds. Hit the button. Make sure you hit the bell so you know when a brother is live. Smash the like and comment. The air to my fire, the air and the fuel are the comments. I get to see what people are thinking so I can talk back to you. Oh, the next step after you clear Liz pendings, you need to file your own thing against that house so you know exactly what's going on with that. What you got, Chris? Oh yeah. You need to file your own deal insurance so you can put cloud the title with that house. Come along. You need to cloud your own title. Oh man, I like this right here. You've heard of major legislation? No, I haven't. Unapologetic 662. I'm in the Virginia Beach area. Marcus, you're a godsend. Thank you. Michael Jordan, you are Michael Jordan in 3 seconds left, fourth quarter. Marcus, thank you. I'm here to serve, man. I'm nothing but a servant. The good book says to be a servant and be a steward of what you have. So I'm like, listen, I'm just a servant. I pray I live long so I can serve more. But who knows? You never know. You die young, right? Appreciate the live. Haven't checked, but do I have videos pointing me to business infrastructure, how to set up a new company? Nah, I don't have that stuff. Okay, final thoughts, class. Make offers. Make offers. I got clients screwing it all up everywhere. You know, just making offers. Don't be scared to screw it up. You need a proof of funds letter. We'll help you with that. But oh, Eric, I'm gonna email you, dude. I'm finally barely getting a little bit better. But Eric, for you, dog, we need to get that. Forget a D company. Go find a title company or attorney, Eric. Forget people trying to change we know what to do, Eric. Find a title company. Start calling, dude, and don't stop till you find somebody, man. Don't stop. All right, I will email you. How many properties are you considering? I had a client the other day tell me, man, I made 8 offers. I'm done. I'm like, you made 8 offers? We made 8 offers in a day. We might make 8 offers in a day, class. So don't get frustrated with the process. The process is making a bunch of offers. The process is negotiating back and forth with sellers. And don't forget, I got my negotiating audio. If you want that too, I can send you a copy of that. Class, Chris Haskins, Real Estate Roundup. See you next time. Peace. I'm going to get some rest.